Goeiedag! Good day, fellow South Africans. And first of all, please excuse the little panty noises. They're my dog Bonsai, the old fart like me, who's having a senior's moment. But getting back to the point, this is Extraordinary Interview on Anchor, which is a major news program in South Africa. And they're interviewing Amanda Coetzee and Schlapo. And they're talking about the Indaba that starts in less than 48 hours. And there's absolutely no reference to the riots that are going on in Durban right now, where the Indaba has been held. There's absolutely no reference to the problems with the municipality, with everybody being on strike and there being no water. There's no reference to the crime, which is exploding in major cities around South Africa. There's no reference to the corruption involving all levels of government. Everything is sweet. Everything is wonderful. South Africa is the ultimate destination. Just don't get mugged. And I covered that earlier. You know, the thing that really strikes me is that Amanda Coetzee and Schlapo, a white lady, says that touring in South Africa or coming to South Africa is all about building memories. And she says that is what this platform is all about. Now, I guarantee you that there are over 1,000 people involved in tourism right now in Durban who are saying, this is the crappiest memory I've ever had. You know, you look what happened yesterday with streets being shut down, with the protests, with everything happening, with no water. You know, seriously, quite seriously, how can you promote tourism into a country like this after you have experienced this first hand? It's not like you've read it in the paper. You're actually there. You're too scared to leave your hotel room because, you know, there are gangs out there ready to mob you. I mean, really, this is just incredible shit. But Amanda, I'm going to call her the delusional Amanda, says that South Africa is the most exciting, most diverse, most authentic experience. I think she's left a few things out there. I'd like to hear your comments below about that. But please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. And don't forget to ring the bell, so there's that little thing on either side of the bell, because that way you get the updates from my channel. And have a great day. Bye for now. Oh, and just as a little addendum, if you live in the Durban area and you're going to the Tourism Indaba, I would love you to interview some of the overseas tour operators about their personal experiences that they've had here in Durban. You know, just ask them the questions and see what happens. But, you know, if you do that and you send me the videos, I will certainly publish them. And, you know, I'm sure there are a lot of people amongst that tourism community who are saying, WTF. Yeah. All right, guys, here comes the video. And please remember to subscribe to be kept informed. And remember to ring the bell. Ding, ding.
It's known as the leading African travel exhibition in the world. Last year, the event attracted around 7,000 delegates. And despite being scheduled to take place earlier than initially planned and a suspended CEO, Africa's Travel Indaba is still happening from the 2nd to the 4th of May. And the South African Tourism Board is promising fireworks. To give us more on what to expect from this year's Travel Indaba, we're joined by South African Tourism Chief Convention Bureau Officer Amanda Kotsi Nhlapo. Amanda, many thanks for your time. Let's perhaps start by painting a picture, providing some context as to what the African Tourism Indaba is.
Yeah, I think very exciting. It's hours now. We're counting the hours now and not days anymore. But it is the biggest number of African tourism product under one roof, and it really is that Africa gets itself ready to showcase themselves to the world. And we have over 1,000 over 1,000 exhibitors that are coming, that are busy to, set themselves up, as well as over 1,600 buyers, from 65 countries, globally 65 countries. And of course, like you said, 7,000, more or less 7,000 plus delegates, that will be there. It is a hustle and a bustle, I think it is one of those things where you really can feel the rhythm of Africa. One of our taglines is Africa moves you. And I think that is what Africa's Travel Indaba is all about. I think it's one of those events where the fraternity of African passionate people, because I think if you're in tourism, you need to be passionate about what you are selling, whether it's your destination or your product, because it is one of those sectors that are building memories, isn't it? If we think of holidays, it's where we are building our memory, all kind of memories, with our families. And so it is an event with a lot of action that's taking place. We also, last year there were 48,000 meetings scheduled. One-on-one meetings between buyers and exhibitors. I think it is where the where business is happening. That is what this platform is all about.
Yeah, and I just wanted to maybe just get a little bit more of a sense as to what exactly is the objective of the Indaba, apart from the meetings, the delegates meeting, the buyers meeting, the exhibitors. What are we looking to get out of an event of this magnitude?
I think it all comes down to the theme, and our theme is Africa's stories, your success, or our stories, your success. And it is to change the narrative, of our continent. It is to get, and I always say to our exhibitors, get yourself ready, because the world is here to buy Africa. For this 3 days, that is what they are focused on. When we go to international trade shows that do exist, as we are there in competition with the world, the rest of the world, but here they are and they focus only on us. So for us, it is the growth, and one of the things is the World Travel Tourism Council said that by 2030 we will kind of double the number of tourists that come to the continent. At the moment we get 62 million. By that time we hope to get 132 million. And that says to me that Africa's Travel Indaba need to play that role. It needs to give that platform so that we can reach those numbers. We know in a South African context that our president also put out quite a steep objective for us by 2030. And so, these kind of platforms are really there not just to build your business, but also to learn, and learn about new trends, learn from each other, for us to be able to reach those numbers. Because if we reach those numbers, it contributes to the GDP of your country.
Right, and I mean, you've just mentioned it briefly. Entrepreneurship is one of the biggest drivers of this particular event, and businesses showcasing themselves. In your engagement with the entrepreneurs or the exhibitors, what would you say are some of the biggest challenges within the tourism industry?
Perceptions. I think as Africa, there's a lot of perceptions, and it isn't just in Africa. It's also a worldwide thing. Some people think we are too far, some think we are too expensive, and so for me, I think one of the objectives also of Africa's Travel Indaba is that I have that saying that when you see it, you buy it. We always find that when people come, they like in so overwhelmed by the amazing product that we have and the amazing continent. I mean, I always ask, why don't you want to come to Africa? It must be the most exciting, most diverse, most authentic experience that you can have.
One of the biggest talking points within any industry at the moment is disruption and the entrance of this digital evolution. What role does disruption play within the tourism industry on the continent?
You know, I think one of the things with it, sometimes we're a little bit like taken aback, you know, when those disruptions is having. But on the other hand, and being an innovative continent, you know, we know that there's a lot of new, because of challenges, you know, our people really come up with amazing, innovative ideas, you know, to counter the challenges. And I think we need to see disruptions as an added value, you know, for us to think out of the box. And it just helps us to make us, you know, more effective, more efficient, you know, to be in this competitive, because it is a highly competitive world. If you think you can choose from any destination in the world to travel to, and, you know, one of the things is to get easy there, you know, and we know that that is a challenge for us, but also as a continent, we are working together to overcome those challenges.
Yeah, given some of those challenges that you've just mentioned, then how would you say are the trends in terms of travel and tourism on the African continent? What are those popular destinations that people are looking forward to experiencing despite challenges of travel and infrastructure issues?
Yeah, you know, I think one of the things that, like I said, is authenticity. Yeah. I think as a continent, we can really give you authentic experience. And if I think about that, you know, favorites for me, if I can say, you know, I think of the wildlife, you know, up in the east of Africa, you know, Kenya. I think of Botswana, you know, with absolutely openness and, you know, and just being under the stars and have fresh air, you know, climbing the highest mountain, you know, it's a popular thing to do on our continent. One of the most important things is, and then of course I can't help, you know, I will always be biased. I'm an African, but I'm also South African. And if I just think of what we are offering as a country, you know, and people do say that, you know, you go from east to west, north and south, and it is just a diverse experience that you can have. And of course our people, I think the fact that we can give authentic cultural experiences, things that people want to experience, people want to give back, they want to become better people. And where else can you go where you can actually leave, and you leave behind a part of your, you know, part of you, and take a better part of you into the world. And I think that is what, you know, what Africa can offer. And one of the important things is that Africa can work together to give an itinerary that is really beyond what your expectations can ever be. You know, from a 5-star experience in a very small village, and that same 5-star experience on, you know, a train.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for that. I mean, very, very interesting insights there, and lots of experiences on the African continent to experience. These will be showcased at the African Tourism Indaba. And of course, I was speaking there to South African Tourism Chief Convention Bureau Officer Amanda Kutsie-Nhlapo. When we return, teaching a moderate form of Islam. This and more in a moment. Stay with #Africa. Thank you.